Welcome to the Voice of Metal. Just so you know, I want to say thank you to each and every one of the people that have actually subscribed to my channel. I do appreciate that. It's wonderful to see so many people that have shared so much love with me and the community, and hopefully we'll have even more later on. Um, it's just amazing that so many people have put some effort into this, and I really do appreciate it. Without you guys, this will not come to pass. So the more people we have, the better off it's going to be. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll get a lot more people so we can get that going, get enough subscribers. That way, the musicians from different rock band, metal bands will go, hey, this is a real deal. Let's try to get into this and talk to the guy that's behind the Voice of Metal, right? And with everybody else too, with the live streams, especially since you guys can chat while we're on live, you guys can ask your own pressing questions. Right now, I was thinking about a topic, and I was just kind of going down through things that might be going on right now. And one of the things is rather interesting with the Metallica putting out their new album that everybody's been kind of. Some people are anxious about, some that are not. It's rather interesting. Even Jason Newsted has been working on the last year for the last 6 months on a new album with a unknown band that is not too well known, but it's been around for a while. Apparently, called the Chop House Band, and apparently he's been working on it for the last 6 months of the last year, and he just wanted to get back into doing what he loves to do with the metal music and stuff. So I'm wishing him the very best, and I think that would be interesting because I know that he does some really good stuff when it comes to his playing and stuff like that. And he was always phenomenal when it comes to playing in Metallica and this, that, and the other. I just wish things would have been a little different for him, but I guess with rock, at least Metallica's got a really good player, a bass player, to replace him. From the past, to do the same thing that Jason did for them, and at least they picked a really amazing guy because he does have the background. He has some of that, past with fairly well known artists like Ozzy and stuff, and Infectious Groove, and it's pretty awesome. I'm happy for him being in there because I thought he was a good choice for that. But as far as Jason goes, I'm glad to hear that he's maybe found his calling. Maybe, perhaps, who knows? Hopefully, everything will go well for him. So, if you haven't checked it out, when it comes out, I'm not sure if it's out yet or not. I didn't see that in some of the information I found. But I know he also had his other band he tried out, Newsted, which is interesting. I think I heard a few of those songs, but I'm not really positive I have. It's kind of like Corey Taylor, I like Corey with his stuff. When it comes to like Slipknot and even some of the Stone Sour stuff, and really, quite frankly, the basically the solo stuff he did. So maybe with Jason and stuff like that, this will help him go past that and maybe have something that might be hopefully in his to be beneficial to him. That will help him excel in his music career by himself, or with, I should say, with his band. I guess I think it sounds like they've been around for a while, and he's just being a part of that, and he's actually collaborating and getting going with them on that. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with that. As far as other things go, I think I had seen something with Bloody Wood not too long ago too, and I can't remember now to save my soul what. I think they had an interview with him. I didn't quite hear what they were saying because of the fact that it was one of those things where I was kind of with people I know, so I didn't want to disturb them while they're watching TV and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those interesting topics. So I need to know, and this is one thing I need to hear from you guys in the comments, what bands or what kinds of things that you want to listen, talk about, because this is about not only me but other people as well. Um, I think that's important. Sorry, I was looking at something. I mean, who should I talk to as far as getting on here eventually first, and what kind of questions? I think that's important to note, because that way I kind of have an idea of what direction to go to. So if you guys make suggestions down below, that would be great. For those who have watched some of the episodes, we'll see what happens. Right now, we're still at the beginning, so we got to get more subscribers. So please, 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 please do that. Do me a favor. Let people know. Tell them to check it out. Subscribe and like the page. I'm not going to say a whole lot on this one because I don't have a lot of stuff prepared for tonight. Unfortunately. Because I haven't been thinking about what I was going to say, what I was going to do tonight as far as that goes. But I'd like to hear from you quite a bit on that. I do know there is one thing that I had thought about earlier, and I'm not sure. I don't want to do anything to upset anybody because the fact they might get upset. I don't know. All I know is there is a band. I'm not gonna name which band that has done a cover of a song, which is all well and good. But I think right now what they need, and this is that'd be kind of where their fourth album would be. As far as my own personal thing is, I think you're big enough. They should be able to do that without having to do a cover. When it comes to the songs, I think that's usually kind of a crucial time for most bands, because I know a lot of the ones that I've liked in the past that haven't gotten it right off the bat, like their very first album. Like System had a really good start with their first album. Some bands didn't do it until like the about the fourth album. That's usually when it kind of picked up and started going, kind of like massively big. But not all bands, unfortunately. They're big, but they're not big, like Slipknot and Metallica and the ones that are well known in the music industry and probably were on fairly decently big record labels. That whole game has changed, so that's one of the things I'd like to talk about too. It's like should musicians or metal artists in any category really. I mean, even if it's a rock or just another musician, are we still bound to that business model when it comes to that? Do they do their own thing and submit their own songs and do their own thing without a record label? I mean, is it beneficial to them? That I don't know. It seems to be working pretty well for Bloody Wood. I think they're doing a great job. I like the way they present themselves with it. I'm not sure who does their Instagram feeds, but they're really good because they go out. They have these really. I think they show some of the performances sometimes, and they also put in the some of the audience reactions, some of the fans that are at their concerts, because I think that's really important to note. And then that's kind of brings that how you say excitement, and it's kind of like having the record industry kind of thing with the promotional type stuff, but they're doing themselves, and with social media it makes it so much easier to do. Also, it also adds a new thing when it comes to getting to know some of the people in the metal industry, which that's what I'm hoping to provide. So that reminds me, speaking of which, even if you're not a huge band, if you are watching right now and you are in a band, and you would like for me to interview and maybe even play a little snippet of your song, because that way at least I'd have permission because you're right there, right? Please reach out to me. That would be awesome. I would love to hear from you. Right now, I don't have a page for Instagram for Voice of Metal yet, but hopefully I'll have that soon, and that way you guys could send me a message, this, that, and the other, or you can leave a comment. It'd probably be best to leave a comment below. I'll try to get with you on that, and then we'll talk, and I can always send you an email or whatever, just, whatever works. I thought about doing some local bands. I know there's a Purge of the Heretics. I know for certain. There was another band that I don't remember their name offhand, and I wish I could remember. That opened for Max and Igor Cavalier, which they were really good. And I just got to figure out who they are. And then I also met a few guys in a band. I don't remember that one, unfortunately, because it's like Over Snakes is one that I had seen that was kind of like not on the lineup for a concert I went to, but their agent called them about it, and so that would be a good one to start off with, because they're not super big, but they're not super small either. They're kind of in between. They're working their way up. So I think that'd be awesome. Kind of like Stitched Apart years ago. They were the same way. They were to the point where they're a little bigger than they were before, and they've got more. Like now they have, like, instead of having a van, they have like a kind of a tour bus type thing, or an RV. So they're moving up in their how do you say, tour bus status, I guess you could say. It's a way to get going and do this, that, and the other. But it's kind of interesting because I saw a YouTube video of the Bus Invaders about that. It's kind of interesting. So that would be kind of interesting to go see that if I ever get enough subscribers. I can do like a live feed right from the, like, a bus or whatever, or backstage with them and stuff, and talk to them, in person, which would be even better. I might have to have a different camera for that because, there's, having two conversations going. I don't know. You'd have to flip it around. Be interesting to see, or have it set up probably be set up off the side and stuff like that. But anyway, so like I said before, this is me learning how to do this and getting it to you about the bands that you know and love. So hopefully we'll get that going here. So anyway, I'm trying to remember. There is one band that I've really been looking forward to hopefully sending a message to, and I'm thinking about just asking her because she followed. I remember on Instagram there was a suggestion for her to follow me because of all the music or bands and metal artists that I've added to my Instagram account. Apparently it did it because of what I'm into versus what she was into, and thought I would be a good match for her. So she started following me, and I started talking to her a little bit, and she was telling me about her band. It's like, oh, that's cool, in Russia. So, and they're really good. They consider themselves groove metal and stuff, so that'd be interesting to find out a bit more about and get to know, and it'd be kind of fascinating, I think. So I don't want to keep this too long because I know a lot of people don't like long videos anyway, and two, I don't have a whole lot ready yet for tonight. So, but I just wanted to touch base with everybody and see how you guys are doing, and leave some comments if you guys have any suggestions. That'd be awesome. I'd love to hear them because that's important. I think it's about not only the artists themselves but the people that listen to it. For me, that's my main focus, is to try to questions from people to the musicians themselves, so we learn about them and get to know them better as a person, because they're no different than anybody else. They're a human being. They might be more well known than other people, and just think of them as a really good friend in a band, right? That plays in a band. So that's how I look at it. So it's pretty awesome. A lot of them have some history and stuff like that. I forgot, there was one other thing I thought of. And I'm not certain. I think I might have touched on that the last broadcast that I had, or stream that I had, was about this whole Pantera and Metallica like reunion tour, and the whole message that somebody is trying to portray. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you think they should just say no? We don't want you on the tour, because like I said, there's other countries that do not want them there because of that, which I totally get. I totally understand, and that's definitely important. We'll see. We'll see. Um, so please make sure and do me this favor, headbang that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. For those who have, I greatly appreciate to you that you did headbang that like and subscribe button, because that means so much to me. The more we get going on that, the better off it's going to be, and hopefully we'll get that going. Because I'm hoping to get maybe close to 1,000 people here fairly soon, but we're still got a ways to go. We're around, I think, 85 right now, so we'll see where that goes from now. And I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I love the comments, and also the people that make comments. I do appreciate that, and the likes for my replies. I try to make sure that I do reply back as soon as I can. So keep watching, check it out. Maybe with some more little metal shorts, I'll have more people subscribing and grow the channel a little bit more each and every time, and more viewers. I have had quite a few people watching things, which is great. I appreciate that too. Not as many as I thought maybe, but that's okay. It's still starting out. People don't know, and they might come back later and say, oh, I remember the channel when they first started, it wasn't that great, but now it is. So we'll see. Because I think that means a lot, having that backing from the audience to want to watch and get to know the people that we all know and love. So I want to say thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, or headbang, right? The metal like and subscribe button. Take care from the voice of metal, and have a good night. Take care. Oops.